Hello and a very, very warm welcome. My name is Anne-Marie. I do hope you enjoy our session together tonight. We're going to have an hour of Pilates as usual. Welcome back if you've been with me over this lockdown period, and if this is your first time, I do hope you enjoy it. So as always, I've not planned this session with any injuries in mind. Anything that you do, if it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel comfy, anything like that at all, please listen to your body, do what feels right. You don't have to do every exercise. I will give lots of modifications, so just do what feels good for you, okay? But otherwise, please do enjoy it. And we're going to have a lovely time together. Okay, so I'm going to start, as I always do, just thinking about our alignment of our body. So if you look down and have a quick look that your feet are directly under your hip bones. So your hip bones point a bit to the front of your feet, point to your hips, excuse me. And we're just going to have them directly under, and we're going to rock forwards and backwards. So we're just allowing the feet to open to get some movement. It might be that today, or maybe this is the start of your day if you're watching this at a different time to usual. Or it may be that your day has really meant that your feet have been cramped up, maybe in shoes. So let's just give them that really big stretch out. So the toes are splayed and you're allowing the body weight to come forwards and backwards. And we're going to let that settle. So it settles in the middle, the weight is directly between the toes and the heels. And from here, we're just going to rock the feet out and in, if that's comfy for you to do so, on your ankles. So again, just giving some movement into the ankles, giving some movement into the feet, really feeling how each of the toes, each of the sets of bones going down the feet are moving relative to each other. And we'll let that settle. So your body weight should really be just in the centre of your feet now. So moving up through the legs, the knees are soft, the hips are directly above the knees and the ankles. So I'm going to imagine that we've got a bowl of water inside our pelvis, and we're going to rock under and over, under and over. And just to show you from the side, we're really tilting in both directions. So you're getting that movement into the lower back, allowing it to stretch out, and really feeling how the bones move relative to one another at the bottom of your back. So you're sticking the tailbone out, tucking it right under. Lovely. And you're doing that from that neutral leg position. Okay, and we're going to let that settle again in the middle. So that bowl of water, shouldn't be any water coming out of the front or the back or side to side. If you want to, you can have a little rock side to side. And again, just feel that central position side to side. So now kind of tummy button down, we're looking good. So let's draw the tailbone down, draw the spine up as though you're being stretched in both directions. So the spine is lovely and long. The rib cage is directly over the hips, and it's not flayed, it's just nice and relaxed in. Okay, I want you to take the shoulders forwards, up, back and down, and squeeze gently the shoulder blades together, easing the shoulders away from the ears. So you've got that sensation of a really nice long neck, open at the chest, gentle squeeze at the back of the body. The hands will naturally want to fall to point forwards or possibly in towards your legs. But you've got this really open stance that feels neutral, you feel long, you feel tall, nothing's locked out. It's a really nice, comfortable stance to start in. Fantastic. From here, we're going to move on to our breathing. So we'll do our Pilates thoracic breathing, where we breathe through the ribs. Okay, so if you want to, fingertips on your rib cage as you breathe in. So full and wide breath in, the fingertips will gently ease apart. And as you breathe out, that rib cage is like a set of bellows, so squeezing the air back out. In and out, and you can feel that movement. Feeling the movement through the rib cage, feeling that full and wide breath. It should feel really nice and calming, and a really enjoyable, relaxing way to start our session. And next we're going to figure out our core control. So with a lot of Pilates, it's all about controlling the core through different movements. So This time we're going to think about our core control in terms of an elevator. You've got 10 floors on your elevator, and that elevator is that floor and that scoop of muscles underneath. We're going to scoop it up, draw it up, and it's all to do with the pelvic floor. So when you're ready, breathe in, scoop up inside, really feel that tension all the way to the 10th floor, and you are holding tight. This is solid, absolutely solid. Release it there. Okay, that's really hard to hold for long. Okay, and when you're ready, on your next full and wide breath in, we're going to go to the 5th floor. When you're ready, breathe in, get that tension to the 5th floor, so it's a little bit tight, not uncomfortable. Okay, and we'll relax that out. And this time, breathe in, we'll go to the 3rd floor. So breathe in, 3rd floor in the elevator. And that should be the position we are aiming to hold as much as we can for the rest of the session. I will keep reminding you. Okay, let's really get ourselves nice and warm now, get some movement into our bodies. So when you're ready, we're just going to do some shoulder rolls to start. So taking the shoulders up, back, and down. Really nice big movement around the shoulders. Fantastic. Oh, and we're going to make this movement bigger by leading it with the fingertips. So the hands are pointing out to the side, up and around, and really reaching in every direction, getting that sensation of a stretch through the fingertips, full wide arms at the back. So you might be able to get the arms past your shoulders. You might not, that's fine. Okay, you're working with what is comfy for you. Anything twingy, don't need to get too stressed about it. Just take the movement a little bit smaller. So if it doesn't work to go that far back, just keep it in line with your body or wherever does work. But if you can get that stretch so that you're getting the stretch into the shoulders, into the chest as well on the way down. Lovely, and we'll leave that there. We're going to do some dumb waiter. So bringing the elbows into the waist, the hands are up as though you're holding onto a tray. We've still got this neutral position, shoulders back and down, core engaged. And when you're ready, we're going to alternate sides, taking the arm out and in. So the elbow's staying in towards the waist, and the arm is going out and in, out and in. Lovely. And you're feeling on each side that squeeze of the shoulder blades behind your back. Okay. And what we're going to do from here, if we just take the feet a little bit wide, we're going to release the hips, release the spine, and let this turn into a rotation of the body as well. So as well as opening out through the shoulder, you're also rotating through the spine. You're getting some movement through the hips, the opposite foot is lifting off the floor, and it's turned into much more a flowing movement. And I'm going to release the tightness of the elbows in towards the waist so the hands can swing around. Fantastic. And from this swinging position, I'm going to take the arm up and across the body, up and across. Lovely. So you're getting a little bit of a twist into the body as well now. As we're moving, the movement's getting nice and big, still relaxed. It's a nice big movement across the body. Wonderful. Okay, and from here, we'll hold that here. We'll get back to our neutral position, feet underneath the hips, shoulder blades back and down. I'm just going to give the neck a little stretch out actually. So when you're ready, let's take the ear over towards the shoulder, and the opposite hand, I'm going to reach it down towards the floor and just hold that position. You're going to get a sensation of a stretch down the side of the neck, down this muscle as well here, your trapezius. A really nice stretch down the side. If you want to, you can use your hand to gently ease the head down, but only if that's comfy, and very, very gently, very, very gently. Okay, release that. We'll take it over to the other side. So ear towards the shoulder first. Take the hand and reach it down towards the floor. So you've got that sensation of the stretch down the side. And then when you're ready, if you want to, you can just ease the head down towards the mat. So I've still got the core switched on. I've still got that sensation of the elevator inside the body, just lifting to the 3rd floor. We're going to hold that as much as we can. And release that. And from here, actually, we're going to allow the body just to flex side to side. So you've got that movement. Wonderful. And gradually, as that movement increases, the fingertips reach further and further down towards the side of the body. The opposite elbow might tend to come up. So you're getting more and more flexion into the spine. The knees are still soft, but you're getting a really nice stretch down the side and flexion of the spine. Wonderful. And holding that there. So if we take the feet a little bit wide, we're going to do what I like to call a hula hoop hip. So imagine you've got a big hula hoop around the body, and you're just going to try and wind that hula hoop round really nice and slowly. So you're getting your bottom to go as far back, and then the hips to the side, and then pushing the hips forwards at the front. Got this big circular movement. There is no rush. Okay, if there is one thing about my Pilates classes, there's never a rush. Because I want you to get the sensation of the movement. I want you to be able to get to the end of your comfortable range of movement. And when we're doing the mat work later, I want you to be able to feel the sensation of the core engaging as the rest of your body moves. So switch directions. So there's never any rush. And you can work it with your breathing. So maybe breathe out at the front, in at the back. And that, by working with your breathing, often that will help to control the speed of your move as well. And make sure that you continue to move. As you'll find in the mat work, it's very easy sometimes to hold your breath and stop breathing. So let's really think about breathing continuously throughout this workout and helping us to use our breath to direct our speed and to control our movement. Right, lovely. So leaving that here, feet back underneath the hips. We're just going to do a move called open the gate. So bringing the knee up, opening it out to the side and bringing it back down. We'll alternate sides in this case. So I'm trying to keep the hips pointing forwards. Trying to keep the hips actually reasonably level as best I can. So not really hitching either side at the hips. But getting movement, getting rotation into the hip joint. Allowing the lower body to really warm up nicely. Wonderful. That looks fantastic. And then we're going to just pedal the feet. So just allowing yourself to come up onto your toes, looking from the side. So you're just working through the full range of where the ankle will allow your foot to flex. If you want to, you can gently go up onto the toes so that you've really got that full extension through the ankle. You're getting a little bit more movement into the feet. We've already warmed them up quite nicely earlier, but sometimes it's nice just have that little bit extra. Okay, so you should be feeling quite mobile, quite good now. As you know, my favourite part of Pilates is always the balance, so let's have a bit of fun with that today. Okay, so the balance, we've got two balances, I always like to have two. We're going to do our first balance is going to be a warrior 3 position, but we will work up to it. So I'll show you it from the side, because it always makes a little bit more sense to see this one from the side, I think. So to start with, I'm just going to ask you to slide the foot forward and bring it back in, and we'll stay on the same side, sliding it forward, bringing it back in. So the hips remain level, the standing leg is soft, and I'm reaching forwards as the leg goes back. And now I'm going to try just raising it off the mat. Now, as always, if you need to grab onto something, so maybe you're next to a wall and you just want to hang on, that's fine. If you want to keep the toe down because your balance isn't great today, that's fine too. I just want you to work with the edge of where you're comfortable to go to, and maybe just push yourself, just try that little bit more than you might normally do, see what happens. As long as you do it safely, have a go. Okay, right, so I'm gradually increasing the size of the movement. So the hands are reaching forwards, shoulder blades are still drawn down the back, it's not that my shoulders are coming up to my ears. Okay, but I'm gradually increasing, and I'm aiming to get to a position where from the side I look like a capital T. Okay, but in really nice, smooth, stable movements. Okay. So I'm actually going to hold the next one. Get yourself ready. Let's go. Hold it here. So reaching the fingertips forwards, allowing the leg to go back. I'm not really holding tension in the legs or the arms. I'm just allowing myself to be long. Okay, let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, yes, awesome, great work. Right, that standing leg, you can feel that, can't you? It's all good. But all that movement in the ankle, all that movement in the knee to hold that position, it really does work, it's great. Okay, let's go for the other side. So, getting your neutral position to start again, shoulders back and down, core switched on. When you're ready, we're just going to start with those little slides back and coming in. Again, there's no rush. And you don't have to follow my speed, okay? So you just work with what is working for you tonight. Reach it forwards, gradually increasing the size of the move. So aiming to keep the spine long, aiming not to overextend at the lower back, which means the leg is not kind of flexing higher than the line of the body allows. Okay, I'll just show you what I mean there actually. So if I was here, I don't want your leg flexing so your back looks like a banana. I want you to be a nice long line. That's what I mean. Okay. Right, so we're getting to that position where we're getting into the T shape. I'm getting more wobbly on this side, I tell you. It's all good though, it's all good fun. Maybe I should be hanging on today. Right, okay, we'll go for a nice big long one. Bring it in. Okay, this is going to be the long one that we hold. You ready? Let's go out, get into position. Get into that held position, leg is long, arms are long. Long extension at the spine, you're still pulling the bottom of the tailbone from the top of the head. When you're ready, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, definitely working that leg, fantastic. Right, one down, one to go. Well, let's just give ourselves a little bit of movement there. Get the blood flowing again, because that was not easy at all. Our second balance tonight is going to be a knee lift with a leg extension. So we'll do it in parts again. So if you want to hold on, hips are level, standing up nice and tall. Okay, when you're ready, it's going to be a knee lift. And what we'll do, we'll just tap down to start. Okay, I'm not too worried about your arms. You can have them on your hips. I kind of quite like that position. You can have them wide. Okay, you can have them high. Bit more challenging, you're increasing the height of your centre of gravity, not giving yourself too much to work with. Fantastic. Okay, and we are going to hold the next one when you're ready. Bring it up, so nice and high, extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Anyone else's quad burning? 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh man, that's a good one, isn't it? Right. Same thing on the other side. Right, here we go. Okay, so we're just going to start with those single knee lift. Kick in front. It's kind of a sadistic pleasure, isn't it, doing this? It's good though, it's good. I love it. I love it. And again, if you want to take this easy, you can always do a lower kick. That's fine. You might actually be not super comfortable with doing the whole thing in terms of lifting the leg up, so just that scraping forward and back is fine, or hanging onto a wall, or you can keep challenging yourself, taking yourself to the edge of where you can work. Okay, are you ready? I don't know if I'm ready. Let's do it, okay? Let's go. Right, here we are. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, you did it! You did it! Fantastic. Right, okay. we're going to come to the back of our mat and we're going to do some rolling down. So we're getting our neutral position and we'll start breathing in, make sure the core is switched on. As you breathe out, just tilt the chin and start to peel the spine. So we're going to do this a few times. We will work our way down to the mat. So just start with that upper body gently coming over. So you're just doing maybe 20-30% of where your normal maximum flexion will be. But I want you to think about gradually, progressively increasing the mobility of your spine on the way down, the way up. Okay. So we're coming down, coming down, coming down. Lovely. Gradually increasing the range of the movement, and you don't need to rush. Let's slow it all down. Feeling those vertebrae peeling away from the wall, that parcel take away from the parcel, and rolling it back up. And you can have a little extension at the top if you like. So as you go through neutral, you might want to go through neutral in the spine at the top and then just gently past neutral. Opening out, looking up at the top. That can feel really nice. A little extra stretch at the top. Here we go. Oh, that feels good. Rolling it down. Wonderful. And you should be coming down roughly to the bottom of your range of movement. And when you get there this time, so when you get to the bottom, just hang out there for me for a moment. So just allow the head to reach down to the floor, allow the spine to get long. If you want to, you can hold the elbows with the opposite hands and just rock side to side. So you allow the hips to rock side to side, the upper body will also be rocking side to side. So you're just allowing relaxation of the upper body. Okay, and letting that settle here. If you let the hands flop down again, we're just going to bend at the knees, come down sitting on the mat for me, however is comfortable for you. So if you come down, you might want to go through all fours. You may have a different method to get there. So I'm just going to start with a move where we are sitting on the mat. So let's get our neutral sitting position. Feet, knees and hips aligned, okay? I want you to be slightly making sure basically the pelvis is neutral on the mat. So it might be, if you find it difficult to hold that position as neutral, if you get your cushion or small block, sitting on it might just do that for you and help you to make sure that your pelvis is not tucked under. It's quite easily done when you're sitting on the mat. If you're not quite flexible around here, you just have that little tilt, so try and get that long position if you can. Okay, the spine is long, the shoulder blades are still drawn down the back. The hands, we're going to do a can-can, so the hands are just going to be gently behind you and in kind of pointing in whatever direction works for your hands and shoulders, to be honest. So from here, I want you to breathe in, switch on the core, and as you breathe out, the legs are going to tilt to the side and one leg extends up. Tilt to the side, one leg extends up. So from the side, I am gently leaning back. So I'm getting this sensation, the core is working, I'm staying long. I've got some weight into my hands to support the upper body. I'm getting rotation through the hips. I'm working the strength in the quads as well. So allow the lower part of the leg just to relax. The calf and the foot are relaxed while I'm rotating. Okay, so if you're happy with this, continue with this. I'm going to give you an extra little bit if you wish to. So in the middle, when you get to the middle, bring the arms up and just allow the legs to come in and out before you go to the other side. So we've got a can-can kind of move into the middle, little teaser, and then to the other side. And you're really going to feel that on the core because you're leaning back and you're holding that position. So I'm holding that long position in the spine. I'm not flexing, So it's working both of my quads and working my core to hold. Now, if you prefer to just stick with the original move, that is absolutely fine. You could also consider in the middle, keeping the hands down. So it could look like that for you. It might look keeping just one leg going in the middle and then out and in the middle. Or it could be where we got to with this double leg lift, and if you want to, you can attempt to do your can-can with both arms still raised. So then you've got a full-on move, you've got twisting that you're controlling, you've got core strength, my spine is on, oh I went on the wrong foot then, that was good. But everything is stretched, long, and working very hard. Okay, one more in the middle and we're done. Rest it there. Really feeling that on the quads. So if we just pop down to the side, we'll just stretch that quad out. So you can either be up on your arm, or if it's more comfy, you can lie down and stretch out that quad, because that's worked really hard on that exercise. Just relax it there. So you're holding the shoelace area of the foot, pushing the hip forwards, pushing the foot in towards the hand. Okay. And release, and we'll slip over to get into the other side. And again, you can be down or you can be up. But just stretching the quad, that big muscle at the front of the leg. So pushing that foot away from the bottom, pushing the hip forward. The knee is pointing directly away from my head. Okay. Wonderful. So now we're going to come down to lying on our backs. All right, I'm going to squeeze myself around actually. I prefer it this way. I don't know why, I prefer it this way. You don't need to, that's all good. Right, we're going to get our supine or lying neutral position. So start with the feet together, take the heels out, take the toes out. Feet, knees and hips are all aligned. I'm just going to get you to rock through the pelvis. So imagine you've got a marble on the top of your hips. You're rolling towards your tummy and your head. You're rolling away towards your feet. So you're rolling this marble backwards and forwards. Again, it's that mobility into the lower back. And that feels really nice. It's almost a massage into the lower back as well. Getting that movement. Okay. And allowing that to come to settle in the middle. So your hips should be nice and level. Rib cage drop down towards the floor, shoulders drop down towards the floor. So the chest is gently open, easing the shoulder blades towards the back pockets. The hands are pointing into the legs or up towards the ceiling. The neck is long, the chin is pointed directly up. If you need to have your cushion underneath your head for that neck position to be comfortable, please do that. That's absolutely fine. But just making sure we're in a really comfortable lying position, and just release any tension. If you need to just give it a little shake, give it a little wobble, just release any tension so you're really nice and relaxed. Let's go for that full and wide breathing. So we're going to start ourselves really well centered, really calm, really relaxed. Okay. So when you're ready, breathe in, switch on the core, so just turn those muscles on, draw the elevator up inside, and when you're ready, breathe out and float one leg up. So we're going to go for the 100, and today we're going to mix that with chicken wings. So when you're ready, you're going to float the arms up and over. I'm probably going to hit my cushion. Just push that out of the way. There we go. And then ease the elbows in towards the waist. Take them back up and float the arms down before you switch legs. Okay, and then we'll do the same on the arms. Now the shoulders are still eased down away from my ears. But I'm going to switch legs each time the arms and the hands return down towards the side of the body. So what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about maintaining that gap underneath my lower back to be constant. There should be a small gap, a neutral spine for the lower back. The leg that is down is actually only touching ever so gently, possibly even just about floating. Okay, if that feels comfortable for you, I'm maintaining the tummy in position. I'm not allowing it to dome because I've got that elevator inside, just holding everything at the bottom half under my tummy button all together. Okay, I'm trying to keep the move controlled and slow. If you're all right with this and you'd like to, instead of switching legs, you could have both legs up and just maintain that lower body position. And if you're doing that, actually from your tummy button down shouldn't move at all. So now you can really concentrate on what the upper body is doing. And what I want you to think about is when the hands get above the head, imagine you're grabbing something and you are pulling it down, and that will engage your biceps at the top of your arms, your lats, which is big muscles like your back wings down your back, pulling it down and reaching up. So in that sense, in order to engage those lats, you are getting some tension into the arms as you're doing this, but you're relaxing it up and floating them back down. And if you wish to, the whole move can be floating. It doesn't need to be tension if you would prefer, just to allow it to be mobility really into the shoulders, and a little bit of shoulder work to take the arms over and bring it down. But if you do want to work the back as well in this exercise, that's how we're going to do it. You've got that sensation, squeeze the fists, pull it down, raise it up and back. And hopefully the legs aren't moving. The knees are directly over the hips. They're not easing over towards the tummy. They're just straight over the hips. You can have a quick look if you need to. I'm just going to do 2 more. I've been holding this position for a while. You might still be going for the single leg switching. That's fine. And the arms might have been too much the whole time. And that's fine. You can just leave them out. Okay, when you're ready, relax. So let one leg come down, let the other leg come down. Wonderful. Right, just going to give that a little release. So hold one leg in towards the body, let the other leg extend away. So you're just releasing the hip flexor, giving yourself a little break. That feels good, doesn't it? Feels good. We like it, we like it. So in this one, you're holding kind of onto the shin rather than going for the joints. You're holding into the big bone along the front. Okay, take that leg down, we'll bring the other leg in, holding it up, and then extending the other leg away. Wonderful. Feeling good. You've done one, it's fantastic. And it was hard. You've done well. Okay, releasing that leg down. We're going to go for a shoulder bridge. So if you do have a cushion under your head, please get rid of that now so you've got your neck nicely onto the mat. I want you to bring your feet quite close in towards your bottom. Again, feet, knees and hips aligned. So if you did take a look down, you really shouldn't see any part of your lower leg behind your thighs. Unless you've got very, very tiny thighs. Maybe you can. I really can't. Okay, let's rock that marble. So you're just making sure you've got that neutral position, and each time, if you wish to with the shoulder bridge, each time you get to the bottom, you're going back to neutral always, but you might just want to give yourself that time to reset if you need to. Okay. Shoulder blades still drawn down, neck is still long, shoulders down, hands pointing up to the ceiling, and you've got that gentle pinch between the shoulder blades as the chest is open at the front. When you are ready, breathe in, switch on the core. As you breathe out, squeeze the glutes, tilt the pelvis, and slowly, slowly, slowly feel up the spine. And taking it back down. We just have 2 or 3 just to see how our mobility is at the start before we add in anything too complicated. So peeling, peeling, peeling. Hopefully feeling the vertebrae coming away one by one. If you need to spend extra time at any part of this move, say actually it's a bit sticky here and you want to just go up and down, just to give yourself that little bit of movement, please do. Also, another trick is if you get to a point that's a bit sticky, which I tend to have a bit here, just allowing the hips to feather side to side. And going up and down, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of movement. Just to try and release any areas that are a little bit tight. And I want you to also think about keeping your knees tracking. What do I mean? That they're the set distance apart, so they're not collapsing in and they're not flaring out. I want you to think about coming up, and I want you to bring one arm up and over, and then the other arm, and then peel down, bringing the arm back. Reset your position, squeeze the glutes, peel up, one arm over, switch the arms, peeling back down before the arm comes back. So I'm back in neutral each time, that small gap under the lower back, reset myself, squeeze the core, and then peel up by squeezing the glutes. Again, getting really nice mobility. One arm over, switch arms, peel it back down. Now what I've been doing is the same arm going over first each time. I'm going to switch sides now. Doesn't matter if you've been alternating, that's great. If you've been alternating, keep alternating. But I was doing the same side, so arm over, switch sides, peel down. And then bring the arm back. Reset, and still thinking about each one of those vertebrae peeling up, and there is no rush. Okay, so arm over, switch, bring it back. So it's a bit of a brain teaser actually, this one, as well as working the body. You ready? Squeeze and peel. And really at the top, holding these glutes hard. So the glutes are holding this position high. Let's keep going. So arm and switch, peel it back down. Bring it back. Last one on this side. So arm, keep the glutes firing, switch, and then allow the vertebrae down one by one. And arm back. This time when we go up, we just squeeze and peel. When you get to the top, it's both arms going up. Both arms, peel the spine back down. I'm really focusing on that lower back at the moment because I'm finding that quite sticky. You might have your own places. Just make sure my feet are still tucked in. So when you're ready, fire, fire, fire. Those glutes are going like nobody's business. Really trying to make sure that you're as smooth as you possibly can be. Reset to neutral. Arms over, taking it back down, getting that neutral position before the arms come back. Lovely, just a couple more. Float. And one more for good luck. When you're ready, so make sure neutral, fire the glutes, tilt the pelvis, peel the spine, over the top, taking it back down, and floating down. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's have a glute stretch. Okay, so take the ankle across the opposite knee, bring the knee in, reach that back leg up towards the ceiling if that works for you. You can have the leg bent, I tend to prefer it raised. It feels like it gets a little bit more of a stretch into me. You can use the arm or the hand just to push this other leg out to the side if you wish. You can use your elbow or your hand. Just feeling that stretch into the glutes, the back, maybe a bit into the abductor. Okay, and release that. We're going to switch sides. Bringing it in and extending that leg out the back. Lovely. Okay, release that. We're going to roll over onto our side to do some of the side kicks. So onto the side, you're extending long in this case, okay? When your ankles, knees and hips aligned, gently ease that top hip away. You get a gap under your waist. I want the shoulder blades still drawn down the back so that shoulders are not pulled too far into the ear. And the bottom arm extended if that's comfy. If not, grab your cushion, but let your head and neck be relaxed down. That should feel okay. In terms of balance, you can have the hand on top or on the side or pointing up. It might feel different either side. See how you get on. But in this really nice balanced side lying position, when you're ready, we're just going to start. Breathe in, switch on the core, and as you breathe out, lift that top leg and lower. This is a great workout for the abductors at the side of the leg. So I'm asking that you're going to maintain this gap under your waist. And you breathe out to lift, in to lower. There's no rush. You're only going to about the size of a football or so. This is not a massive movement. I'm not asking you to get your foot up around by your hips at the top. It's a smooth, controlled movement. Release the tension in the lower leg. Okay, so it's just floating up, floating down. Now here is where you get to play with your balance. If you did find that you could comfortably, well, maybe you started with your hand on the floor, and maybe that's what you need, and that's fine. But if you can have the arm floated onto the leg. Just holding that position, holding the shoulder away from the ears so the shoulders are relaxed down the spine. Or maybe you can have that arm pointing up towards the ceiling and manage that balanced position there. And we're just in essence today keeping the move quite simple on the legs. Simple doesn't mean easy. So this may be really challenging, and actually you should be feeling it in the side of the leg by now. So these big muscles at the side working really hard. It's a leg, it's a long lever, it's a heavy part of your body to be lifting and lowering. Still got the core engaged. It's that gentle connection, rib to hip connection. Still got that gap under the waist, so if you need to just gently remind yourself to push that top hip away. So you've got a neutral position through your spine, you've not kind of collapsed your spine in towards the mat. That's the other temptation if the leg gets too high, is that the waist drops into the mat. So we're aiming just to hold this position so the hips remain stacked up to the ceiling and the hips are not flopping forward and back down the body either. Should really feel this already. Not already, you should feel it. There's a lot going on. Okay, just a couple more. 3, 2, 1. Hey, rest it there. Okay. Give it a little rub, give it a pat, get the blood flowing. Lovely. Right. We're all good. We're all good. Right. Grab your cushion if you've got it, your head pad, whatever you've got. Oh, I can't quite reach mine. There we go. I'm in. I'm going to put the soft one on top and then it's all nice and comfy. Right, so we're going to do some chalk circles. So now we've got this side lying position, but if you look from the side it looks like almost you're sitting on a chair. So the knees are directly in front of the hips, the ankles further away. Ankles, knees and hips are stacked, are still pushing that top hip away to draw a little gap underneath the waist, okay? So now both the arms are rested on top of each other. The head is supported onto your cushion. Shoulder blades drawn down the back. The spine is long, Okay, so I've still got that sensation of pulling down at the tailbone, pulling up through the head, long spine, natural curves in the spine. Okay, we're going to do some chalk circles. So when you're ready, breathe in, switch on the core. And as you breathe out, you're just going to circle the arm round as though you had a piece of chalk in the hand. That you're easing round. Now you might find that there is a position that it feels really nice to hold open. Just going to ease myself forward. I'm just hitting my curtain, which isn't the best. Right, ease myself forward. There we go. And then I can get around to the back. Oh, and if you want to hold it there, hold that position so the hips are still pointing, stacked up towards the ceiling. Getting a beautiful twist through the spine, and then when you're ready, just continuing round. So you may want to do this continuously. You may want to hold that position a lot longer. Or there might be another part, maybe you've got a bit of a twingy shoulder, and actually holding it up here or going back and forth a little bit is actually what you need to do. So as always, listening to your body, what you need to do today. And that can change day to day as well. So at the back of the move, what's happening, the chest starts pointing forwards, stays pointing forwards until you get to the top, and then you're rolling the chest back. So it's pointing up towards the ceiling. Rolling it back. And that feels really nice. Okay. Wonderful. That feels good. And relax it there. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to come on to lying onto our fronts. You don't need your cushions for this bit. We're going to be doing a swan dive. So lying on your front. Okay, you're going to have your toes together, let the heels flop out to the side in the first instance. With the upper body, you're making a capital E shape between your arms and your head. So you're facing down towards the mat. If you wish to, I usually take my glasses off for this, it's a bit better. Okay, make your hand, you can just have your head just off the mat, or you might want to rest onto your forehead. Okay, so in this position, to get to neutral, I just want you to tuck the hips gently under, so you're pressing the pubic bone in towards the mat ever so slightly. When you're ready, breathe in, switch on the core. As you breathe out, just gently lift your head and shoulders off the mat, using the muscles of your upper back. Bring it down. Now, as you wish, you can increase the size of this movement, but listen to your back, okay? This is not one that everybody finds super comfy. So I'm going to build it up gradually. Stop at the point where it's comfy for you. So don't go to any points of kind of twingy discomfort. So when you get to the top of the move that you can produce with your lower or with your upper back, so that's as far as I can pull my back up. If you wish to, you can use your forearms to gently push down and go a little bit higher before you come down. And if you get to that and you're feeling good and you want to, you can press into the hands and extend the body up. You come back down the way that you went up. So you're almost rolling through the arms and then the back takes over, and vice versa. Now if you wish to, or instead of, you can do the lower body, and when the lower body comes in, the upper bodies come down. Squeeze the glutes, lengthen the legs, no tension in the legs, and bring it down before the upper body goes up. So it's like a seesawing movement. Now it may have been, if the upper body part was not super comfy for you, that you just went for that leg lower and raise. Or you might be comfortable in doing the whole seesawing action. So you've still got the core switched on. So you're still drawing the tummy button, oddly, kind of almost away from the mat. Imagine you've got an ice cube just at your tummy button bit. So whilst it is going onto the mat, You don't want to press it into that ice cube. It's not comfy. It's cold. Okay. Just a couple more. Okay, last time on the legs this time. And release it there. Wonderful. We've just got to finish those side kicks and chalk circles on the other side, so I'm just going to whiz around. So if you want to come up, actually let's go through all fours. So if we go through all fours, we can have a couple of rounds of cat and cow because it's really nice. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to take the shoulders up towards the ceiling, take the tummy down looking up. So bringing it up, bring it down. Oh, really arching that back and bring it down. And as always, you could just move that a little bit if you wish to. Just getting some movement. Maybe taking the hips off to the side. Maybe taking the shoulders round. Drawing circles, drawing figures of 8. Oh, that was a cheeky little cat-cow in the middle. That feels good. Oh, wonderful. Oh, okay. Right. We will go over onto the other side now. I will put my glasses on. We've just got these side kicks and a lovely old stretch to go. So put your cushion where it's comfy. Oh no, do side kicks first. So we'll extend the arm out at the bottom. You can use the cushion actually if you prefer. We've got this nice side lying long position. Ankles, knees and hips are stacked. Push the top hip away. Switch on the core, shoulder blades pull down the back. When you're ready, breathe out to lift. In to bring it back. So it's blowing to come up. And to come back down. And it's that small movement. Again, you've got your balance options with your arm. Try to keep the shoulder blades eased down the back. And we're just keeping with this straight up, straight down. That looks good. Is that up and down? The long leg, the foot is floppy, the calf is floppy. There's still a gap under the waist because I'm still easing the top hip away. This is good, we're doing well. Kicks in quite quickly, this one, isn't it? So it's this abductor in the outside of the body. It's not a big movement, but it's a long lever, it's a heavy lever. You're just squeezing the outside of the leg, so I'm making sure the hips remain stacked up towards the ceiling. If you're worried that you're rocking forwards and backwards, you can just slip your arm behind you. You can just have your hand on the top hip, maybe holding it just in front of you, but it's just preventing that rotation of the hips so that you're falling forwards or falling backwards. So I want you to be focusing on this outer thigh rather than if the hips roll back, you'll be going into the hip flexor. When the hips roll forwards, you're going into the glutes. I want the side of the leg working on this one. We're just trying to work through that. The core is still engaged. I've still got a 30% contraction, drawing the pelvic floor gently up in the body. So much to think about. So much. Wonderful. Nearly there. Okay, 2 more. 2 and 1. Whoa! Give it a good rub, give it a pat. Get that blood flowing again. Right. Lovely, we've got those chalk circles. Oh, this is a good bit, isn't it? Chalk circles, then a stretch. Lovely. Sounds good to me. Right. Okay. Oh, you get your cushions back if you can find them. Right, I'm going to come just a smidge forward so I don't hit my curtain again. There we go. split it forward. Right, ankles, knees and hips stacked, 90 degrees at the hips, 90 degrees at the knees. Push the hip down, got a gap under the waist, arms relaxed in front of the body, shoulder blades drawn down the back. Breathe in, switch on the core, breathe out and take it round. Man, that was an efficient setup, wasn't it? It was all going then. So just imagine you've got that piece of chalk that you're taking around, and again, if you want to hold that open position, because my goodness, this is a lovely old stretch, isn't it? Just allowing the top shoulder to ease towards the mat. Just have a double check your hips are still stacked, so you're getting the twist through the spine, and it feels fantastic. And just keep going when you're ready. It is such a lovely move, this one. Really nice. And again, just ease forwards. There we go. That is so good. Oh, open it out, open it out, open it out. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Reaching it all the way round. So the shoulder blade is still drawn down the back. Even when the arm is up, the shoulder blade is down. It might sound counterintuitive, but you're controlling that shoulder girdle. So the arm reaches up, there we go, and opens at the back, and taking it round. Take it round, lovely. Just a couple more. Oh, and release at the end. Relax, relax, relax. Fantastic. Right, if you want to roll over onto your back, we'll just stretch it out. You can get rid of your head cushions. Let's just have a full body stretch. So fingertips to toes. I want you to really just imagine somebody's really pulling the end of your fingertips and the end of your toes, and actually you are getting tension now in the body, tension in the legs. The back is coming off the floor, but you've got this lovely stretch down the body all the way. Wonderful, and release that. We're going to have a hamstring stretch. So bringing the legs in, take one leg up towards the ceiling, holding behind the back of the leg wherever is comfy. So the leg, maybe the calf, maybe you can reach up towards the foot. Allowing the other leg to extend away. Feeling the stretch down the back of the thigh, aiming to get this leg as straight as you can. Okay, you're not really stretching it if you're kind of getting the leg in further, but you've got a really big bend here. So take it away if you need to, maintaining it straight, and just hold where you can hold. And if you do have a belt and it works for you better, loop the belt over your foot and hold on to that. And relax that down. Switch sides, we do the same thing on the other side. So nice big long hamstring stretch. Extend the other leg away, holding behind the back of the leg. Might be different this side, you might not be able to go as far, you might be able to go further. Most people are not completely symmetric with all things, so chances are it might feel a bit different. Wonderful. And release that. We're just going to use a leg actually to come up to a sitting position, rolling ourselves up. Have a nice little chest stretch here. So squeeze the shoulder blades together. I don't mind what you're doing with your legs. They might be out front, they might be wide, they might be crossed, I don't really care. Squeeze the shoulder blades at the back. I'm aiming for you to stretch that chest. So open it right out. You might have your hands clasped together behind your back. That might be a better position for you. Just getting that stretch through the chest. Good. Done a good job. It's been a good workout. Okay. Release that. We're going to pop over onto all fours. Have a little calf stretch while we're here. So from all fours, take one foot backwards. I want you to put the toes down and push the heel over the top. So I'm pushing my body weight backwards. My toes sit there, but push the body weight backwards, dig the toes in and push the heel back, and you should get a stretch into the calf. And switch sides. So toes down, push the heel over the top. Lovely. You should be feeling nice and relaxed and a bit stretched and everything now. Bring that knee back in. Tuck the toes. We're going to slowly come up to standing. So straighten up through the legs first, rolling up gradually and slowly through the spine. All right, we'll have a couple of big breaths. Well, I do hope you enjoyed our workout today. It was great to spend another hour with you. Please, if you enjoyed it, like it, share it, all these good things. Let me know what you thought. If there's things you really liked or didn't, let me know. And I look forward to our next time we work out together. Okay, bye.